Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am so excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode for you. Episodes are rocking and rolling 3 times a week right now. The season is upon us. It's getting crazy. I can't believe that we're already in spring rush. Like spring rush, well, for some of you are not, but for me we are. Like we are in the South. We are rocking and rolling. Estimates coming in every day just about of some sort, which is a blessing. It hasn't always been that way, so it's a blessing, and we still want to grow more. We're still trying to do a lot this season. So anyway, I don't want to get into too much of that today. We might talk about that down the road, but we have another great guest interview for you, and it is none other than Mitchell Scheid from Alpine Lawn Services in Missouri, and I am excited to do this. We've chatted back on Instagram for a while now, and it's great getting to grow a community on Instagram because that's how you end up developing relationships like this one. Craig Scheller, if you listened to the episode with Craig last week, that's how that whole relationship started. We just started texting on Instagram, and then we've had some of my favorite podcasts have been with him, and it's great the relationships you get to build. You don't even see each other in person. I've met Craig in person twice, I think, we talked together in the trades. That's how I met him. I think the first time I probably followed him on Instagram before then, but met him in person. But we didn't talk that long, 20, 30 minutes, and it's like you don't talk just a few times a year. But when you go that relationship on Instagram, then it's cool just getting to sit down and have these conversations. So, Mitchell, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing great, brother. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. We were just kind of running down, recording this early mid-morning on a Saturday here, and, grind never stops, and I was out, had to go. So we were talking. We were just going through some growing pains. I'm trying to work myself out of the field this year, not be in the field as much, so that means guys are out mowing by themselves, and we just had a little incident just yesterday. We had a lot of rain. They mowed a backyard that shouldn't have been mowed. It was too wet to be mowed, and so they left some ruts, and the customer texted me last night all upset. Well, one thing I've learned in business over the past 5 years is customer service is number one, and I will take one thing that I've learned through meeting with, and this is a shout out here, Weston Zimmerman was synced up. Their onboarding team and their team is synced up. Their customer service is unlike anything I've ever experienced. It has totally made me up my level of customer service in my business. And so getting to learn from them, and now I'm this year has to be, if I'm not going to be in the field, my customer service has to be absolutely outstanding. It has to make up for the flaws and the errors that are going to be made when I'm not there, because that's going to happen. And so, anyway, long story short, that's what we were doing this morning. I had to run out and do that. We were kind of late getting here, but I want to hear more of your story, man. Enough of that. We'll talk about that another day. Tell me a little bit about what you got going on in Missouri and how your business started.
Hey, man. So, yeah, I'm Mitchell. We are located in Joplin, Missouri, Southwest Missouri, and this is our second year in business. I am currently, I guess you could call me a solo operator right now. We have 2 part-time guys that kind of help me here and there. One of them is a teacher, and he's going to go full-fledged, full-time whenever school gets out. But, that's a couple months into the mowing season. So, and I've got another guy that helps me here and there with landscaping jobs and whatnot. But anyways, we're up to, we got up last year, our first year in business, to about 55 mowing clients. But we were kind of all over the place, man. It was our first year, so we were snagging up what we could get, taking everything. The phone was ringing, and we thought it was awesome, but we were scheduling things every 10 days, every, bi-weeklies, and we just didn't know any better. I was young in business, and so this year we are really scaling back. We like I said, we got us about 55, and we're cutting back. We actually dropped about 20 of those. We dropped all of our every 10 days. Yeah, we dropped all of our every 10 days, all of our bi-weeklies. We went back to about 32, 33, just completely all weekly mowing clients. And these aren't just mowing clients either. We chose people that need more than just mowing as well, mulch, all this stuff. So we really want to make it as profitable as possible. But the phone's ringing. We're already back up to a pretty good, decent number mowing list of a complete weekly mowing clients. So, but anyways, how it started is I was working for the Missouri Conservation Department, and kind of like everybody else, man, just looking for maybe a little extra money on the side. Got a little bored on the weekends, and I was just scrolling through YouTube, and I came across a couple guys that were cutting grass, small time on the side, and I had a lawnmower, and I like taking care of my lawn. I knew I liked mowing the yard, so. Just like everybody else, I went door to door, printed out a couple of those free flyers online that looked terrible, and nobody should ever call me from those flyers. But I got a couple calls from them. So I got that first year just on the side with a little push mower. 5, 6, 7 mowing clients, and man, I just really fell in love with it. I really fell in love with the education part, and I really fell in love with the fact that, man, every single day seems to be something different. You're dealing with different people. Oh man, it's so, like yesterday, for example. Yesterday, we got to install a sand pit and a mini putt golf course in the back for one of our mowing clients, and that's something I personally never thought I would be saying. But,
yeah.
And on Monday we've got a rock installation job, so.
Did they put actual sand in there?
Yeah, we put sand in there. Yeah, we installed sand, and I'm not a golfer, so I had to, it's not just fill that sucker up with sand. You got to kind of make it a bowl, and so, it was a really cool thing. It was actually, we finished it. He was halfway done with it last year, and he came down with cancer, unfortunately.
Oh man.
And the gentleman. So we finished it off for him, and it was just an awesome experience, and he was extremely happy. And so yeah, man, the landscaping and lawn care is just it's where I need to be. I love the grind of it, and you're absolutely right about the customer service, man. It's that's 50% of your business right there. We're really good at cutting grass, but we're also really good at communicating with our clients too. And I think that's why we are where we are now. Just going into our second year, and we've already we're gonna have 2 full-time guys, and so we're just real excited for the future.
Well, yeah, because we can dive into that a little bit more. Because what do we do? Do we cut grass? Do you trim bushes? Do you prune trees? Do you lay hardscape pavers? Whatever we're doing, we're solving somebody's problem. And when we're solving a problem with their grass is too tall, their drainage is messed up, they need a French drain, they want a patio because it's wet there. Like, we're solving someone's problem along the way. Where do we go for our problems with the big company? We go to their customer service team, to their support team. When we have an issue with Amazon or a return, who do you talk to? Their customer support. So, like, that in itself should be showing you and telling you, like, as a business owner, that's your job. You don't have a customer support team. You are the customer support. And if you don't have that, you're going to turn people off from the very beginning. And that's one thing that I've just kind of it's just kind of like hit me in the face, especially now that if I'm going to be out of the field, that has to be like absolutely top of the line, biggest thing for me this season. And that's something that I'm having to work on, because I'll be honest, the past couple years, I haven't been the best at customer communication, as far as maybe I'll take a little longer than I should to reply to them. I'll take a day or two, and that just can't happen. Not at this point, not in my business. And so it's cool to hear that you already know that and realize that year 2. That's crazy, man. I totally get the taking everything on in the first year now, but I'm glad to hear that you're figuring out early on that you needed to stop and kind of hit ground zero, because this is year 5 for us. We had to do that last season. Last season we did 3 years of that, and so we had grown 3 seasons worth of stuff, but we were all over the place, and then we had to totally go back to ground zero, and it's like, God, that sucks. Like, you're taking a lot of progress and moving backwards, you feel like, but you're really setting yourself up for future success to come. So that's cool to hear from your end. What is the goal moving forward? Do you want to stay lawn service? You want to do landscapes? You want to do hardscapes at all? Like, how old are you, by the way?
So I'm 27.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You got family?
Yeah, I've got a 2.5-year-old baby Ezra, and I've got a wife. Been married for about 5 years now.
Oh, so, awesome, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're a young family and plan to grow. And so anyways, the future of Alpine Lawn Service here for this season is I plan on I'm in the process of looking for another gentleman or lady to help me in the field. I need a full-time person. I really do, because we do want to grow. And the goal is to have, maybe 3-4 days with the full mowing list. And I do want to have at least one day of landscaping each week. Ever since getting into into these landscaping jobs, these softscapes, I'm going to stay away from the hardscapes for now. Maybe in a year or two, we'll dabble in that, But these softscapes, we're a maintenance company full-fledged. So we take care of all the landscaping. And I've really kind of fallen in love with that process of, putting things together. And you're not just slinging mulch or throwing down some rock. And that's kind of what I thought it was first year, but it's really, there's an art to it. And I love the design part of it and just bringing the whole lawn together, not just cutting the grass and making nice stripes. I like bringing the whole picture together. So the plan is we're going to keep growing, hopefully add 20 to 40 weekly new lawn clients this year. And then, like I said, just keep stacking up these bigger landscaping jobs.
Yeah, man, it's fun getting into those landscape jobs too. It's like you really feel like your business is growing just doing some of those. We did a couple last year, and it's like, man, it makes your business just feel, not that it's not legit if you don't do those, because I know plenty of people who have legit businesses that don't do any landscaping at all. But it's just cool. It's like a really satisfying feeling to walk away and be like, man, we did that, and then come back in a year and you're like, man, we did that, and it still looks good. And so that's cool. It's that's awesome to hear, buddy. What was that transition like? So how long did you work at the conservation department?
So I wasn't there long. I was only there 2 years at the conservation department, and the transition happened really fast from me working there to the lawn care. I really fell in love with it. And I have that type of personality, man, to where if I get into something, I'm full-fledged into it. We're gonna do it whether regardless of whatever else is going on. So. No, I parted ways with the conservation department very peacefully and nice. And my wife luckily has a good job. She's a dental hygienist, and she kind of supported us this first year when I was still part-time. And then 2022 came around, and I really just hit the ground hard with advertising. Like I said, that was the year we were still taking everything, anything we can get with the cheaper prices and whatnot. And just because we didn't know any better, and I wanted to be busy, I felt like I needed to just stay busy. But this year we have a CRM, we're using Yardbook and QuickBooks and whatnot. Those two paired up together, and we got our numbers right. We raised prices on all the people from last year to this year, and we're really just being diligent with our numbers. And anyways, yeah, man, we're just trying to get it right this year.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to hear that you're doing that early on. That's what, I love having these conversations with guys that are figuring it out early, because like I said, it took me 4 years to figure out and actually make the change. So you can catch it early like this. You're a little bit smaller. It's not near as much of a blow as it is of if once you get bigger and you have to drop half of your business. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. But it's cool. Like, you started to drop some. You said you went from 55 to 30 something. Like, that's a big drop.
We had about 55 last year, and then we dropped about 20 of them.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It's growing pains. But
what's crazy is you're gonna make just as much, if not more, money this year probably.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, we raised prices on all of the people from the past as well. Yeah, do less work, and these people that we kept on are, they're going to keep us busy for 12 months of the year. Hopefully, that's the goal. So
yeah.
And we're also breaking into the commercial side of things too. So we plan on getting into some snow plowing this coming winter. Missouri, we didn't have hardly a winter at all. We did a couple snow plows for some residential, but we're really going to get into the commercial side of things this year as well. So yeah. I'm real excited about that.
Snow world's a different game, man.
Oh, man.
I like talking to people, the other people that do it, but I have no interest in it. The money is good now. I will say, when I hear people say, yeah, we went out and made 15 or 20 grand in that storm, I was like, 15, 20 grand, one storm. You do 8 or 10 storms a year. You're going to add six figures to your pocket in a 3-month period. That sounds pretty nice, but I don't know. Some of the hours and stuff that go into it, you gotta really be dedicated to it.
That's right. Yeah, I see some of these videos, Spencer's Lawn Care, Brian, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's crazy, man. It's a grind, but I guess
when you walk away with when you walk away with those deposits at the end of the month,
that's right.
It cancels itself out. So that's
it feels nice.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're in Joplin. Have you grown up there? Did you live there? You lived there your whole life?
The store is now open at thehardscapeacademy.com. When you visit Caleb and Brittany's website, thehardscapeacademy.com, and you click on the store link, you now have instant access to purchase the training videos, documents, forms, and handbooks that you hear mentioned on the podcast. Plus, you can now reserve your spot at one of the upcoming in-person training sessions at the Almond's new shop. Learn step-by-step alongside our master hardscape professionals. These sessions will include how to install retaining walls, project budgeting, and paver patio estimation, just to name a few. Other sessions feature landscape design principles, horticulture basics, installing seat walls and benches, grill island installation, and so much more. Get incredible hands-on experience for you and your crew. Head over there now to find the exact training session you want, but remember, space is limited, so reserve your slot today at thehardscapeacademy.com.
I actually am from a small town about 45 minutes south of Joplin. My wife and I have been here for about 3 years, so we're kind of new in the area as well. Okay. So it's been kind of nice. Yeah, it's been really cool to break into the community with this lawn care thing. We're really building a cool thing here and just meeting tons of new people. So we've only been here for 3-4 years, but it kind of feels like we've been here forever. It really does.
So this is super random. I just remember this because I have a cousin who had family up in Joplin. The tornado that hit it, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, that like leveled the city. Like, were you involved? Was that where y'all were? Did it hit where y'all were? Or like, were you involved in that at all?
It definitely hit in Joplin. Absolutely. It was terrible. But luckily at the time we were still in Monette away. We weren't in Joplin quite yet.
Yeah.
So, but you can still see everywhere where it was a long time ago, but you can still see everywhere where it was affected. And yeah, it's a sad deal, man. Those tornadoes, they're no joke.
Yeah, y'all are in Tornado Alley. I mean, it's crazy. Some of those, and that y'all get the long stretch ones, the ones that get big and stay big for a while, don't you?
Oh my goodness, yeah, they're absolutely terrible. I can't imagine not having a storm shelter living in Missouri or in Joplin more specifically.
So y'all have one?
Really, yeah, well, we have a basement. We have a full basement.
Yeah. So that's good.
So we're good for now. Yeah. We're good for now.
Yeah, we do too. We get them down here. It's our tornado season right now, and any storm could produce one just about. It's crazy. We don't get as many long stretch ones like y'all do, Missouri, Oklahoma, out west, like those big open areas. Ours are not. They're shorter lived, but there's just a lot of them that pop up. They can pop up anywhere. So it's a process. You just learn to live though. People that move here, they freak out when they hear tornadoes, and now it's almost, to us it's like, I mean, yeah, it's another tornado warning. Like, we'll see what happens. I mean,
it's weird how just kind of like immune to those things we get. And I watched a documentary on Netflix about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, those things are gnarly, man. And we just live with them, and it's just normal.
It's kind of scary. You don't want to get immune to it because all it takes is one of those, like the one that went through Joplin 10 years ago, and it's like that'll change your life forever because you hear that thing come into your house, and you're on a different. Your prayer life increases greatly.
That's right. Yeah. We do siren warnings. Practice once a month throughout the whole town of Joplin. So it's just normalized, Yeah,
100%, man. Well, cool. Well, tell me, what did the transition for business look like? You said it was pretty fast. I mean, that's you had a wife, you had a kid at that point. It sounds like they were pretty young.
Yeah, brand new. The kiddo was brand new.
So like that even adds more stress in. And so you come to your wife and you're like, hey, I want to go full time in business. How did that go?
Well, it was scary. I can't lie. It was very scary. So what I did was, before I hopped into it full time, I worked here in Joplin. There's a huge company that I worked for free for about 2 months, just to kind of get the education and the knowledge. So that was scary too, because I went to them.
Anything.
I wasn't making anything for a few months there. But man, the knowledge that I gained from that was incredible, and it's helped me to grow now. But the transition was really quick, and it was very scary. But I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad is an entrepreneur. He's owned businesses my whole life, and I kind of was always looking for something. And that job at the conservation department honestly just wasn't very fulfilling to me. The money wasn't quite right, and I just wanted to give my family a better life. And so I just, I was doing my research on YouTube. I actually came across you very early, came across Brian, Spencer's Lawn Care, those guys, and they really motivated me. And, so like I said, I'm the type of personality to where if I want to do something, I'm just going to just jump into it. So that's what we did, man. And I'm glad I did. And there's no looking back now. We're just going to.
Yeah, just rock. Yeah, that's right. You rock and roll with it. I love it. So you're pretty new into the industry. If you had some advice or something like to talk to the you of 2 years ago when you were like very, very beginning, I mean, would you print your flyers differently? Like now that you're kind of involved and you've got on YouTube, what have you learned from all the people that you watch and get to listen to? Because the amount of stuff that I learned listening to other people is it's insane. Like the value that comes from just listening to other podcasts, and like I'm a learner. I soak it all in. And just doing this interview, like I learned from this. And so what have you learned over the past couple of years, just getting to hear from people that have done it longer than you have? And then what would you kind of in turn transition and pass down to yourself of 2 years ago to somebody else who's just starting out?
Well, I've got a couple things. So one of those things was just because you're busy Monday through Friday, you're working 8 to 5, that does not necessarily mean you're profitable. I mean, just because you're out there working doesn't mean the bank's filling up. So you need to really sit down, get your numbers straight. Like I said, we were going all over town, man. We were just accepting jobs everywhere. So we didn't have a tight route. Our prices weren't right. So we were working, we were running around all day long. We were mowing lawns but numbers just weren't there. We didn't account for some things, driving around. So if I was to start over again, I would really sit down with my pricing. I would really sit down with my routes, just get everything in line to make sure that while I'm out, while my truck and the trailer and the mowers are out working, that we're as profitable as we possibly can be, because every second counts out there. So with gas prices and with payroll and everything, it's too expensive not to be paying close attention to that stuff. So that's one thing. And my second thing would be taxes, man. Put back money for taxes. Start that from January 1. That's something that I did not account for my first year in business, and we got hit with a pretty hefty tax bill. And you got to pay Uncle Sam. You can't skip that. So
that's right.
So that kind of hit us hard. So we were reinvesting a lot of money into the business. I personally wasn't taking much of a pay cut at all, but we didn't anticipate for that end of the year bill that, we're all going to get. So just pay close attention to that. Like I said, start saving from January 1, be as smart as you can with your financials, and you'll be happy and successful.
If you could go back to the beginning, this is a question I get a lot, and I've heard different opinions on it and given some different advice on it too in the last couple of years. Would you take on anything and everything from the beginning and then kind of do what you did, do a hard reset? Or would you just say from the beginning, no, we're only taking on certain stuff? Because I've heard two different opinions there. Like, if you take stuff on, then it gets you seen, it gets you more out there, like your truck's out there more. I mean, so there's two different sides there that I think could both be argued and have a valid opinion. So what would yours be?
Honestly, I wouldn't take back anything we did last season, only because we learned so much. I did a lot of learning from YouTube before we got started on all this stuff, the landscaping jobs, how to price lawns and whatnot. I thought I knew anyways, anyways, getting out in the field and actually doing it, we learned so much as on the physical side, on the labor side of the job. You can only watch so much YouTube and learn. So getting out there in the field and, like I said, working and running a couple guys, being a boss, I learned so much definitely things not to do. I learned a lot of things what not to do moving forward in the future. And so that's going to help me out a lot. Man, I probably would say, don't take everything, but it's also okay to put your, get out there, put your name out there. That we kind of built our community the very first year just because we had a logo on our trucks, from our marketing was pretty good, and we were running all over town. So we built a community, and now going into it with our second year, getting our numbers right. People already kind of are aware of our name and that we're out there. So, the phone's ringing, and I believe that's just because how much we were out there the first year.
Yeah. That's the argument that I have for that is, like, a lot of people say, no, don't ever do that. I don't know. I think you could really take it either way there, and a lot of people could say, yeah, I grew my business that way. And in 5 years, you might look back and say, hey, if I didn't do that my first year, then I would have never had those first 30. Like those first 30 clients that you have now that you're going to continue, that you're going to keep with you, your good ones. You never know. I mean, you never know if you would have gotten those or not. So it's an interesting topic. I think you can have a lot of deeper discussion on that. But well, man, that's really cool. What else you got going on? In life, you got any other ventures or anything? What are your hobbies? What do you do?
Hobbies. We're always outside. I used to race motocross, so we're big into dirt bikes, and just right now, to be completely honest with you, I'm pretty invested in the business side of things. I don't have a whole lot of hobbies outside my family and just trying to grow this thing. This is taking a lot of time, so any free time I have right now, try to spend it with the family, man, because they grow up too fast not to, and the wife works a lot throughout the week as well, so. Just try to really soak in that time when I am home, because it's grind time, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So
what is some parenting advice that you would give? I'll take some advice from you, and there's other guys out there who are going to be in this stage of life. Like, you're growing a business, you've pretty much had a newborn when you started. So like, how have you kind of managed? Everybody says work-life balance, like work-life, family-life balance, and there is no balance, and I'm of that opinion. Like, there's really not going to be balance. You're going to have to go hard. You're going to have to communicate, let them know why you're going hard, what you're chasing, and then you're going to have to set time aside to focus on them totally 100%. And so, what have you done that's been successful for y'all?
Well, we're not perfect by any means.
Yeah,
we're growing for sure. But so I would say, when you're home, be home. I heard a podcast with Jay Jacobs on there, and he said that he puts his phone in a box every day at 5 p.m. and then goes inside. It's just complete family time at that point. And we're all trying to grow this business, and we all love the grind, and it's hard to turn off our minds when we're at home. But putting that phone away, just putting everything else aside, and just spending that quality time. You're not just sticking your kiddo in front of the TV while you're over there doing invoicing and whatnot. You're really spending that time. And that might mean you've got to stay up past bedtime, than you normally would, or you've got to wake up at 4 a.m. So you're going to lose some sleep. But I think when the kiddos are up, when you're spending time with the wife, just be there, be as present as you possibly can. Because I know my first year in business, I was not that. And I missed out on a lot of time that you unfortunately cannot get back. So, just really prioritize that time when you're home.
That's good. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm realizing and learning is, like, it's a fleeting moment. Like, everything is going by so fast, and every day Jack's changing. Something about him changes, and it's like that's a big push in why I'm trying to get out of the field more this year, is just to be able to be with him more in this stage of life. And I'm not of the opinion that I want to stay out of the field for the rest of my life. I enjoy doing what I do. I like going out on landscape installs. I like mowing. Like, that stuff doesn't bother me, but I want to have the freedom and the ability to not have to be there if I don't want to be, or if I have other things that I need to do. So that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing. But anyway, man, well, that is fantastic. I am so thankful for you coming on today and just hanging out and talking shop for a little bit.
Man.
You got any other advice or anything you want to leave the listeners with, or anything that we hadn't hit on that you wanted to talk about?
Well, just be smart with it this season. Have fun. I know last season we just got so caught up in the growth of things and just working that it's honestly kind of a blur. So take the time, live in that moment, have fun with it, man. Just have fun. Be as great communication, man, because I think that's what's helped us grow the most is our communication, and so just have fun with it.
Yeah, man, I love it. Go back and listen to the episode. It's literally what you just said. Take the time, create the memories. It's worth it, because these are the things that you never want to forget. Like, in 20 years, you're going to forget those 20 clients you dropped, like the ones that but you're never going to forget when your kid was 2.5 years old and like how they took their first steps and said their first words. And so take that time. The business is business. You need to put that, like, it needs to have its place. That is what's funding your family, but at the same time, your family comes first. At the end of the day, if you had to go get a job somewhere and survive, then you could do that. your family comes first, in my opinion. So
right.
That's not saying take away from your business. It's not saying don't go hard. I'm just saying remember what's the most important to you. Where can everybody find you if they want to connect with you, maybe ask you a question or something, buddy?
Yeah, man, we're on Alpine Lawn Services across all. We have an Instagram page. We've got a little YouTube channel. There's not much going on there, but that's another goal of ours this season is to try to get that up to at least past that 1,000 subscriber mark. And Facebook page and just anywhere else. Yeah, always reach out. We're starting to build a really good community on the socials, and man, that's another part of it that I absolutely love is this community and just connecting with people, answering questions, and yeah, just say hi, man. Just say hi.
That's what it's all about, man. I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening in. Thank you to everyone just supporting us, because when y'all support us, we support you. We give back. We're trying to give the most value that we can in every episode. We want to just have a good time and hang out. It's like getting to have these conversations, man. That's what keeps us going. I love every second of it. Oh, I gotta ask you. I forgot. I've kind of slacked on this lately, but we try to ask all of our guests this. It's pretty simple, but it can be complex. What is your why?
My why, I want to, like I said, I think I touched on this earlier, but I just want to give my family a great life. And that's not necessarily means that you have to have millions in the bank account. I just want to be able to have the freedom and just the time to be able to spend with the family, and I guess mainly just the freedom to be able to take care of them properly. And my why is definitely my family, and I love building the community of people, and I want to hire people and just build strong people. You know, that's all it really comes down to. So
yeah, I love it, man. I follow that. That's really cool. And so that was a hard transition there, but I wanted to hear that. I like hearing everybody's answers, and I think it motivates other people to hear why other people are doing their businesses. And so, well, that's cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time today coming on. I want to let you go. I don't want to hold you much longer. I know we got a hard stop coming up, and we got a full day ahead of us. So thank you guys for tuning in and supporting us along the way. If you would, give us a follow on Instagram. Leave us a rating and review here for the podcast. If you enjoy it, come back and listen to the next one. We put out shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday without failing, and we want to help you the best we can. So without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.